The rain never stopped on Zephyra 9. It fell like liquid glass over the glowing streets, washing away the dirt but never the fear. Every drop carried a reflection of lights, neon blue and alien green, just like the city itself. Cold, clean, and cruel. In a narrow alley, a little human girl ran barefoot. Her name was Mira. She was only 9, but her heart beat with the courage of a soldier. In her trembling hands, she held a small glowing key, a stolen pass chip that could open any medical door in the alien lab. Mira didn't want to steal. She never had. But her mother was dying. Her breath was short, her eyes pale. The human doctors said there was no cure for her kind. Only the aliens had the medicine, and they would never share it with humans. So tonight, Mira made her choice. The lab stood on the edge of the city, a tall silver tower that touched the clouds. Its doors hummed with scanners, its guards were metal drones with red eyes. Mira waited in the shadows, her small body shaking. The chip glowed faintly in her palm. She whispered to herself, "I'll do it fast. For Mom. Only once." Then she ran. The chip flashed against the lock and the metal door slid open with a hiss. Inside, the lab was silent and bright. Strange machines blinked and hummed. Rows of glass tubes held blue liquid, the alien serum called Vireth 9. It could rebuild broken lungs. It could heal the dying. It could save her mother. Mira's eyes widened. The air smelled sharp, clean like electricity. She climbed onto the table and reached for the vial marked Batch 7X, restricted. Her fingers brushed the glass, cold and smooth. Just then, a deep, metallic voice spoke from behind her. Unauthorized presence detected. Her blood froze. She turned. A security drone hovered behind her, its red eye focusing on her face. Mira's heart slammed in her chest. She grabbed the vial and ran. The alarm exploded in her ears. Red lights flashed everywhere. Intruder alert! Human detected! Doors slammed shut. The walls turned red. Drones zipped through the air like angry insects. Mira ducked behind the counter, her chest rising and falling. She saw a vent, small, narrow, but big enough for her. She crawled in, the metal scraping her arms. The drones fired, missing by inches. Sparks flew. She bit her lip to stay quiet. The vent opened outside the tower. The night air hit her face, cold and sharp. She jumped, landed hard, and ran through the rain. Her small feet splashed through puddles as the alarms echoed behind her. "Run, Mira," she whispered to herself. Just run. The city blurred around her. The glowing signs, the tall buildings, the alien faces watching her with cold eyes, none of it mattered. She only saw one thing in her mind, her mother's weak smile. At last, she reached their small home in the old human district. It was quiet, hidden between broken walls. Inside, her mother lay on a bed of metal sheets, breathing shallowly. Her skin was gray. Each breath sounded like a cry. "Mama," Mira whispered, kneeling beside her. "I got it. I got your medicine." Her mother's eyes opened slowly. "Mira, what did you do?" "Please don't talk," Mira said, shaking. Just take this." She injected the blue serum into her mother's arm. The liquid spread like light under the skin. For a second, nothing happened. Then her mother gasped, a deep, painful sound. Her body arched. Her eyes glowed faintly blue. "Mama, are you okay?" The glow grew brighter. Her mother's breath steadied. She looked at her hands, strong again. Her heartbeat returned. Tears fell down Mira's face. "You're alive. You're really alive." Her mother smiled weakly and touched Mira's cheek. "What did you give me, my love?" Before Mira could answer, a loud sound echoed from the distance. Sirens. Alien patrol ships. The medicine had a tracking signal. They knew where it was now. Mira froze. Her small hands trembled. "They're coming." Her mother sat up, her eyes shining brighter than before. "Hide, Mira, quickly." Mira crawled under the bed just as the door burst open. 2 alien enforcers stepped in, their armor glowing red. Their leader pointed a scanner at the bed. "The serum is here." Human DNA detected. Mira held her breath. Her mother spoke, her voice calm. "I don't know what you're talking about." The scanner beeped louder. "You stole Vireth 9. That is punishable by death." Her mother looked down at the bed, her eyes soft. "Don't move, Mira," she whispered. The enforcers raised their weapons. But before they could shoot, something strange happened. Her mother's skin flickered with light. The same blue glow that was once weak now burned bright. The air crackled. The alien stepped back. What is this reaction? One of them said. The light filled the room, shaking the floor. Mira covered her mouth to stop from crying out. Her mother screamed, not in pain but in power. The glow poured from her chest like fire. The enforcers ran. One shouted into his comm, "It's spreading! Her body's rewriting itself. She's changing." The blue light faded slowly. Silence returned. Mira crawled out from under the bed. Her mother was still breathing, but her eyes looked different, deeper, glowing softly. "Mama?" Mira whispered. Her mother smiled faintly. "I'm fine, my sweet girl." But Mira saw something move under her mother's skin, a faint pulsing light. She didn't know it yet, but that night she hadn't just stolen medicine. She had stolen a secret, one that could change the fate of all humans forever. And far above the city, in the alien headquarters, a voice said, "Find the human child. Bring her alive." The night after the theft, Zephyra 9 didn't sleep. High above the glowing towers, alarms still echoed. The galactic enforcers sealed the human district. Every drone scanned the streets, searching for a name that now spread across every screen. Mira, human thief, biocriminal, punishment, termination. Inside her small home, Mira sat beside her mother. The serum had stopped glowing, but her mother's skin still shimmered faintly. Her breath was strong now, too strong. She could move with strange energy in her muscles. Mira held her mother's hand. "I'm sorry, Mama. I didn't mean to make trouble." Her mother smiled gently. "You saved my life, child. That's no crime in my heart." But they both knew the aliens didn't think that way. On Zephyra 9, humans were not citizens. They were workers bound by the Galactic Law. Stealing alien property, especially medicine, was unforgivable. Suddenly, the door shook with a heavy sound. Boom, boom, boom. Mira's mother stood up. "Hide, Mira, now!" Mira ran under the table. The door burst open. 4 enforcers stepped in, tall, armored, glowing with red visors. Their leader's voice was cold and sharp. "Human female, you are charged with illegal possession of restricted medicine." Her mother tried to stand tall. "You think I care about your rules? My child saved me. You would have let me die." The leader aimed his scanner at her chest. The device beeped rapidly. Her DNA signature mutated. She's no longer fully human. Mira's heart froze. "Mutated?" She whispered to herself. Her mother's eyes widened. She looked at her hands. The faint light under her skin was moving like veins of blue fire. "What's happening to me?" Before anyone could answer, another figure entered. A man in a white coat. He was human, with metal implants on his neck. "Stop," he said. "Don't hurt them." The enforcer turned. "Dr. Aaron, you have no authority here." "I am the lead xenobiologist of this sector," Dr. Aaron said calmly. "Let me examine her before you destroy what you don't understand." He walked closer, ignoring the guards. He scanned Mira's mother's pulse, then looked at the blue lines glowing on her arm. "Remarkable," he whispered. "The serum didn't kill her, it adapted. Her cells are rebuilding. No, they're rewriting themselves." The enforcer's tone hardened. "You mean she's contaminated?" Dr. Aaron turned slowly. "I mean she's evolving." The aliens didn't like that word. Evolution was a threat to their control. For thousands of years, they had kept humans small and obedient, saying emotion made them weak. But now a human's love had changed alien science, and that was dangerous. One enforcer raised his weapon. "Orders from the council. The woman and child are to be captured for study or destroyed." Before he could fire, the blue glow around Mira's mother flared again. A wave of invisible energy slammed through the room. The enforcers fell backward, weapons sparking. Dr. Aaron covered his face from the blinding light. "She's generating power, real energy from emotion." "This isn't possible," Mira's mother gasped, holding her chest. I can't stop it." The lights flickered. The walls cracked. Then suddenly the glow vanished. Mira crawled out from under the table and hugged her mother tightly. "It's okay, Mama, it's over." But it wasn't over. The enforcers outside were already calling for backup. Dr. Aaron turned to Mira. "Listen to me, child. They'll come again. They'll take your mother and you. You must run." "Run? To where?" He handed her a small silver device shaped like a coin. "This is a comm chip. If you ever need help, press the blue side. I'll find you." "But what about you?" Mira asked, her eyes wide. He smiled sadly. "I'll stay and delay them." I can't leave my people behind. Mira's mother looked at him with gratitude. Thank you, Doctor, he nodded. Don't thank me yet. The council won't stop until they understand what you've become. He turned and faced the enforcers marching toward the house. Now go. Mira hesitated for only a moment. Her mother grabbed her hand and pulled her through the back door. They ran through the narrow alleys, their shadows long under the flickering lights. Behind them, the sirens grew louder. From the sky, alien ships scanned the ground with red beams. Mira and her mother hid in an old tunnel beneath the city, where broken machines and forgotten human tools lay rusting. In the darkness, Mira spoke softly. Mama, what did he mean? Her mother's voice trembled. I don't know, my love, but I feel something inside me, like someone else's voice. Mira frowned. A voice? Yes, it's whispering. Words I don't understand. Before they could say more, Mira's comm chip beeped faintly. A hologram appeared, Dr. Aaron's face. They've arrested me, his voice said, crackling. But listen, Mira. That medicine you stole, it wasn't just a cure. It's a living code. It changes everything it touches. You must hide. Protect your mother. Then the hologram blinked out. Mira stared at the empty space, her small hands shaking. She didn't know what living code meant, but it sounded terrifying. Her mother hugged her close. Whatever happens, we stay together. Promise me. I promise. Far above, the alien council gathered in their shining hall. The commander of the enforcers slammed his metal hand on the table. A human girl changed our serum. She made it stronger. Find her or this planet will burn. The council's leader leaned forward, his voice cold. A child's love has broken science itself. If one human can do that, what happens if the others learn they can too? The tunnels of Zephyr 9 were always cold. Drops of water fell from metal ceilings and echoed like slow heartbeats. Mira sat beside a small fire, her mother asleep beside her. The blue glow under her mother's skin was faint now, like the last breath of a dying star. Mira stared at her, thinking about Dr. Aaron's last words. That medicine you stole, it's a living code. She didn't understand what that meant, but she knew something inside her mother was not the same anymore. Suddenly, her mother's body jerked. The blue light flashed again. Mira gasped and grabbed her hand. Mama, are you okay? Her mother's eyes opened, glowing faintly. Mira, I'm fine. It's just, she stopped. Her voice trembled. I can hear them again. Hear who? The voices. They whisper numbers, patterns, words I don't know. It's like someone else is inside me. Mira hugged her tighter. It's okay, Mama, you're still you. But deep inside she wasn't sure. 2 days passed. They stayed hidden in the old tunnels. Mira collected food scraps from the abandoned human market above. Every time she returned, her mother looked different. Stronger. Her hair was darker, her skin smoother, her eyes brighter, almost alien. When her mother touched a broken light, it flickered back to life. When she stepped close to the fire, it glowed brighter as if it obeyed her. One night, Mira woke up to find her mother standing near the wall, staring at her reflection in a piece of metal. Mama? Her mother turned slowly. Mira, look. She raised her hand and tiny blue sparks danced across her fingers. The light moved like living threads. Mira's eyes widened. What is that? I don't know, her mother whispered. But I can feel energy everywhere. The air, the metal, even your heartbeat. I can feel it all. Mira stepped back, afraid and amazed at the same time. Does it hurt? No, her mother said softly. It feels alive. Then she looked away, sadness in her eyes. But it's not human. The next morning, a sound came from the far end of the tunnel, metal footsteps. Mira froze. She peeked through a crack and saw 2 alien enforcers scanning the area with red lights. They're getting closer, she whispered. Her mother stood up slowly. Then we can't hide anymore. She picked up Mira and carried her through the dark tunnels. The enforcers' lights flashed behind them. Stop, human fugitives detected. Mira's heart raced. Mama, they're catching up. Her mother stopped and turned. The air around her began to vibrate. Her eyes turned bright blue. Stay behind me. The enforcers fired their plasma rifles. The blue light from her body spread like a wave, stopping the energy bolts mid-air. They dissolved before hitting her. The enforcers shouted, Impossible! Her mother lifted her hand and the ground beneath them cracked open. The walls bent like soft clay. The enforcers were thrown back by invisible force. Mira's mouth fell open. Mama, what did you do? Her mother looked at her hands, shaking. I don't know. It's like I can control things now. The tunnel ceiling started to collapse. She grabbed Mira and ran, light bursting from her feet. They escaped just as the tunnel behind them exploded. They reached an old observatory on the edge of the desert, abandoned long ago when the aliens moved their cities to the sky. There they found a small machine still working. It blinked with a symbol Mira had seen before, the mark of Project Origin. Her mother touched the screen, and data appeared: alien code, human DNA maps, and a strange phrase. Phase 3, hybrid compatibility, emotional override. Mira stared at it. What does that mean? Her mother whispered. It means they were trying to make something new. Something part human, part alien. Her voice trembled. And the serum you gave me, it finished their experiment. Mira stepped back. So, you're not just my mom anymore? Her mother's eyes filled with tears. I will always be your mother, but I don't know what else I am now. Mira hugged her tightly. I don't care what you are. You saved me all my life. Now it's my turn to save you. But far above the planet in the Galactic Command ship, the Alien Council watched the same data through a hidden satellite. The commander's cold voice echoed through the room. Subject 7X has merged human emotion with alien DNA. The reaction is spreading through the system. Another alien asked, What about the child? The commander's red eyes flickered. The child carries the same serum traces. She might be the next stage. That night, as the stars shone over Zephyr 9, Mira couldn't sleep. She sat outside the observatory, holding the small comm chip Dr. Aaron had given her. She pressed the blue side, static filled the air, then a voice. Mira, it's me, Dr. Aaron. Her eyes widened. You're alive? His voice was weak. Barely. They took me to the biocontainment prison, but I found something. Records of Project Origin. The serum wasn't medicine. It was designed to control species through emotion. But your mother changed that. She made it free. Free? Mira asked. Yes, he said. Love broke the code. That's why the aliens fear her now. You both hold the power they can't control. The signal cut off. Mira stared at the stars. The night was quiet, but inside her something stirred. A warmth, a glow, a pulse that answered her heartbeat. She looked at her hands. For a brief second, her skin glowed the same blue as her mother's. She gasped softly. It's happening to me too. Far away in the alien command tower, a voice spoke through the intercom. Locate the girl, before she becomes what her mother already is. The morning sun on Zephyr 9 was pale and quiet, like a tired ghost. For 3 days, Mira and her mother stayed inside the abandoned observatory. The air smelled of dust and old metal. The machines hummed with weak energy, still powered by forgotten alien tech. Mira tried to keep things normal. She cooked simple food, cleaned, and talked to her mother, pretending everything was fine. But she knew it wasn't. Her mother had changed again. Sometimes when she spoke, her voice would echo like two voices speaking together. Sometimes her eyes turned bright blue, and she froze mid-sentence, whispering strange alien words. That morning, Mira woke to find her mother standing near the old control console. Her hands hovered above it, and the screens came to life, glowing in alien language. Mama? Her mother didn't answer. Her lips moved silently. The air around her vibrated. Mira stepped closer. Mama, stop! You're scaring me. Then suddenly her mother gasped and fell to her knees. The lights shut off. Mira ran and caught her. Mama, are you okay? Her mother's voice came out weak and trembling. It's inside me, Mira, the voice. It wants to go home. Home? Mira repeated, confused. Her mother nodded slowly. It says it remembers stars, oceans of blue fire, cities that float in the clouds. It says I'm carrying its soul. Mira froze. You mean there's someone living inside you? Her mother looked into her daughter's eyes. Not someone, Mira, something. A memory of a being that died long ago. But it's awake now inside me. Mira felt her heart race. She didn't know if she should be afraid or sad. Can we remove it? Her mother shook her head. No, it's a part of me now, and it's growing stronger every hour. That night, Mira sat alone near the broken window, watching the stars. She held the comm chip Dr. Aaron had given her. She pressed it again, hoping to hear his voice static. Then a faint, broken message played. Mira. This is Aaron, the council. They know about your mother. They call her the Vessel. They want to capture both of you. You must reach the prison at Sector 9. I have answers there. Hurry." Then the signal cut. Mira took a deep breath. She looked back at her mother, who was asleep on the metal floor, glowing softly in her dreams. "Sector 9, she whispered. "That's where he is." She decided she couldn't wait anymore. The next morning, she woke her mother. "Mama, we need to go. We have to find Dr. Aaron. He can help us." Her mother's eyes flickered. "Aaron, he risked everything for us. Yes, maybe he knows how to stop this." They left the observatory before sunrise. The desert wind blew hard, carrying the sound of distant sirens. Alien ships patrolled the sky, searching for them. Mira and her mother walked for miles, hiding behind rocks whenever they saw a red light in the clouds. Mira's small hand held her mother's tightly, even when her mother's skin felt warm like fire. As they approached the city border, they saw the tall black walls of the biocontainment prison, a place where both humans and aliens were locked away for breaking the laws of science. Mira stared at it with fear. "How do we get in?" Her mother smiled faintly. "We don't ask permission." She closed her eyes and blue energy rippled through the air. The desert sand rose like a wave, blinding the guards. The wall shimmered and cracked open just wide enough for them to slip through. Inside, the air was cold and heavy. Prisoners stared from behind energy cells, some human, some alien, and some half of both. Mira whispered, "What is this place?" A voice from one of the cells answered, "It's where they keep those who don't fit their world." Mira turned. A woman sat inside the cell, her face hidden in shadow. "Who are you?" "Someone who knows what they did to your doctor," the woman said softly. Aaron tried to stop them. He found out the truth about Project Origin, but the council silenced him. Mira's heart pounded. "Where is he?" The woman pointed deeper into the prison. "Level 5, but you'll never reach him without a key." Before Mira could speak, her mother stepped forward. The faint blue glow returned to her body. "I'll make my own key." The metal bars bent outward as if melting. The prisoners gasped. "She's one of them," someone shouted. Mira's mother ignored them. "Come, Mira." They moved deeper inside. The lights flickered, alarms blared. Guards shouted from above. Mira's small voice trembled. "Mama, they're coming." "I know," her mother said, "but I won't let them take you." They reached level 5, a circular room filled with glowing pods. Inside one of them, they saw Dr. Aaron, restrained and weak, his implants sparking. "Mira," he whispered when he saw her. "You found me." Her mother rushed to free him. "Doctor, tell me what's happening to me." Aaron looked at her glowing hands. "The serum awakened a living memory inside you. It's the original DNA pattern the aliens used to create their race. They wanted control. But your love broke that control. It gave it freedom. Now it's alive. Inside you." Her mother's eyes widened. "And what happens if it takes over?" Aaron looked down. "Then you'll become something neither human nor alien. Something new." Mira's voice shook. "We can fix it, right?" Before he could answer, red lights flashed. The prison speakers blared, "Containment breach." "Target located, human vessel confirmed." Guards swarmed in from all sides. Aaron shouted, "Run! Take her and go." Mira grabbed her mother's hand. But her mother didn't move. She turned toward the soldiers, her eyes burning bright blue. "No, I'm done running." She raised her hand and the air screamed. The walls exploded in a wave of blue light. The guards vanished in a flash. The entire prison shook. Aaron's voice echoed through the smoke. "Mira, your mother isn't just infected, she's evolving." As they escaped into the night, Mira looked back at the burning prison. She felt the same strange warmth in her chest again, a glow that pulsed with her heartbeat. Her mother looked at her and whispered, "It's starting in you too, isn't it?" Mira didn't answer, but the blue light in her eyes said everything. The sky above Zephyr 9 was red that night. Fire burned across the horizon where the bio-prison once stood. Smoke rose high into the stars and sirens echoed through every city tower. The aliens called it a containment breach, but Mira called it something else. Freedom. She ran through the metal dunes with Dr. Aaron at her side. Behind them, her mother walked slowly, her skin still glowing faint blue under the moonlight. Each step she took left faint ripples in the air, like the world itself was afraid to touch her. Dr. Aaron was breathing heavily. "We have to keep moving. The fleet will track us any second." Mira looked at her mother. "She's tired. I'm not tired, her mother said softly. I'm just changing. They stopped near an old radio tower, broken, rusted, and half buried in sand. Dr. Aaron opened a small metallic cube from his pocket and set it on the ground. A faint blue light projected from it, showing holographic data. Mira squinted. What is that? The truth, Aaron said quietly. Everything they've hidden from us. The hologram showed an ancient star map and a string of alien code. Project Origin, Aaron said. The aliens claimed they created the serum to cure disease. But that was a lie. They were trying to fix us, Mira frowned. Fix us? Yes, Aaron said. Thousands of years ago they created humans, small, fragile copies of themselves. But humans were different. We felt too much. Love, pain, guilt, all emotions they had lost long ago. He looked at Mira's mother. They saw emotion as a defect, so they made a cure, a serum to erase it. But when your daughter gave it to you, your love changed its code. Instead of killing emotion, it turned it into power. Her mother stared at her glowing hands. Power born from love? Aaron nodded. That's why they're afraid. They can't control it. The energy inside you is rewriting life itself. You're the living key to a new kind of being, part human, part alien, but guided by heart. Mira's eyes widened. Then the aliens will never let us live. They won't, Aaron said grimly. They've already sent the Galactic Fleet. If they can't capture you, they'll destroy Zephyr 9 to erase the proof. A cold silence followed. Mira could hear her heartbeat echo inside her head. Her mother looked at the sky. Tiny lights were already moving there like stars coming alive. They're coming, she said. Aaron hurried to the tower console. There's a signal beacon here. If I can rewire it, I can send a message across systems. Maybe anyone will hear it. Mira helped him, handing over wires and tools. But her hands shook. Doctor, what if no one comes? He smiled sadly. Then at least we'll die telling the truth. Suddenly, the air around them began to tremble. A low hum filled the sky. Mira looked up and gasped. Dozens of alien ships descended from the clouds, their lights glowing blood red. The sound of engines roared like thunder. They found us, Aaron said. Her mother stepped forward, eyes glowing brighter than ever. Then I'll face them. Mama, no, Mira cried. Her mother turned to her and smiled. You saved me once. Let me return that gift. She walked to the edge of the tower and raised her hands toward the sky. The air bent. The sand swirled. Blue energy erupted around her, spreading in waves like water across the desert. The alien ships opened fire. Beams of red light shot down. But before they could hit, they froze mid-air, suspended in glowing blue light. The energy twisted them upward, throwing them back into the sky. Mira stared in awe. She's stopping their weapons, Aaron whispered. No, she's controlling gravity itself. But every time she pushed back, her body shook. The light in her eyes flickered. She screamed, not in pain, but in emotion too strong for any body to hold. Mira, she shouted. Promise me you'll live. Promise me you'll use this power to protect, not to hate. Tears filled Mira's eyes. I promise. Her mother smiled, her voice soft but full of love. Then remember this. Power without heart is nothing. The sky exploded in light. The shockwave threw Mira and Aaron to the ground. When the dust cleared, the fleet was gone. And so was her mother. Hours later, Mira woke up in the cold sand. Her head hurt. Aaron sat nearby, staring at the horizon. Is she? Mira's voice broke. He nodded slowly. She saved the planet. But she's gone, Mira. Mira felt a deep ache in her chest, sharper than any wound. I should have stopped her. No, Aaron said softly. She did what only a mother could do, give everything for love. Mira looked at her hands. They glowed faintly blue, the same light her mother once had. She whispered, she's still here. I can feel her. Aaron placed a hand on her shoulder. Then maybe she's not gone at all. Maybe she became what the aliens feared most, a soul that can't be destroyed. He looked at the horizon. Alien ships were gone, but the sky still shimmered with blue energy. The galaxy will know what happened here, he said. But it's not over. The council will come again for you. Mira stood, the wind whipping through her hair. She clenched her fists. Then they'll see what a human heart can do. Her eyes glowed brighter than before. For the first time, the blue light didn't scare her. It felt warm, alive, like her mother's love living inside her. As dawn rose over Zephyr 9, the planet glowed softly under her mother's final energy wave. Mira looked up at the morning sky and whispered, I'll make them remember what love can do. The sun rose cold and red over Zephyr 9. The world was quiet, but not peaceful. The air still carried the echo of explosions, and the sand still glowed faintly where Mira's mother had released her final wave of light. Mira stood alone at the top of the ruined tower. Her hair blew in the wind, her eyes glowing soft blue. She didn't cry anymore. The tears were gone, replaced by something deeper, strength born from love. Dr. Aaron stood beside her, his voice low. The Galactic Council sent a message. They say your mother destroyed half their fleet. They want you now. They call you the daughter of the virus. Mira looked at the sky. I'm not a virus, Aaron nodded. I know, but they don't understand you. They never will. She turned to him. Then we'll make them understand. The Council's ships returned at dawn, larger, louder, angrier. Their shadows covered the sky like a dark ocean. Dozens of glowing silver crafts hovered above the cities, their red lights blinking like eyes. A voice came through the loudspeakers, deep and cruel. Human anomaly. Step forward. Surrender your body for research. Refuse, and Zephyr 9 will be erased. Mira closed her eyes. She could feel her mother's heartbeat inside her chest, faint but real. I won't let them destroy my world, she whispered. Aaron grabbed her arm. Mira, you can't face them all. You'll die. She looked at him, calm and certain. Maybe. But dying for love is better than living in fear. Before he could stop her, Mira walked into the open desert. The wind lifted her cloak as she faced the sky. The alien ships moved into position, charging their cannons. She raised her hand. The air rippled. The sand lifted. The world seemed to hold its breath. The first blast came, a beam of red light sharp as fire. It should have burned everything. But Mira didn't move. The beam stopped mid-air, twisting into blue light. She opened her eyes. The glow spread from her palms to the sky. It was the same power her mother had used, but different. Softer. Wiser. The light carried emotion. Every memory, every feeling, every heartbeat of her mother's love pulsed through it. Aaron watched from afar, whispering, She's doing it. She's rewriting energy. The ships fired again. Dozens of beams filled the sky, painting it red. Mira lifted both hands. Stop! The air exploded with blue radiance. The energy froze in place, then dissolved like mist. Her voice echoed across the battlefield. You call love a weakness, but love is creation itself. Her feet lifted off the ground. The blue glow surrounded her like wings. She rose slowly into the sky, facing the largest ship, the commander's vessel. The alien commander appeared on a massive screen. His eyes burned with anger. You are a disease, child. You ruined our code. Mira's voice was calm but fierce. Maybe your code needed to be broken, he snarled. You think love can win a war? She looked up at him and whispered. It already did. Then she closed her eyes. The light from her body spread outward, filling the sky. It wasn't fire, it was warmth, the kind that made even the coldest heart remember what it meant to feel. Inside their ships, the aliens froze. Their scanners went wild. The red lights on their armor turned blue. One by one, they dropped their weapons, eyes wide as if waking from a long dream. Aaron stared in disbelief. She's changing them. The commander shouted, Stop her! Don't listen to her! But even his soldiers didn't move. They were crying. Mira floated in front of his ship, her voice steady. You can't kill love. You can only fear it. And that fear is your prison. The commander roared and fired a final shot. It struck her chest. Mira gasped, falling back through the air. The light flickered. Aaron screamed her name. She hit the ground hard, dust rising around her. For a moment, everything went silent. Then she opened her eyes. The wound on her chest glowed, not red, but blue. From within the light, she heard her mother's voice again. Don't be afraid, my little one. You're not alone. Tears ran down Mira's cheeks. She stood up slowly. The light around her body exploded into a brilliant wave that reached the stars. Every ship in the sky froze. The commander's screen shattered. The fleet's engines shut down. The red turned to blue. The war ended in a single heartbeat. The silence that followed was not empty, it was peaceful. The alien soldiers knelt on the sand, some in awe, some in tears. They looked at Mira not as an enemy, but as something holy, something alive. Aaron walked toward her, his voice trembling. Mira, What did you do? She looked up at the sky, her glowing eyes soft. I reminded them how to feel. He stared at her, speechless. Mira smiled faintly. My mother said love is the most dangerous power. She was right. The horizon shimmered with morning light. Zephyr 9 was safe for now. But Mira knew this was only the beginning. She turned toward Aaron. It's not over. If they can feel again, they can change. He nodded slowly. Then maybe this war was never about power. Maybe it was about hearts. Mira looked at the rising sun and whispered, The war of hearts is won, but the story of love has just begun. The war was over. But Zephyr 9 was not the same planet anymore. The red skies were gone. Now the clouds shimmered with blue veins of light, remnants of Mira's power. The sand that once burned from alien fire now glowed softly at night, whispering with the memory of her mother's last energy wave. For the first time in history, the planet was silent. No sirens, no commands, only peace. Mira stood on the balcony of the old observatory, the same place where she had once hidden with her mother. The stars above looked closer now, brighter as if watching her. It had been months since the war. The Galactic Council had fallen. The alien soldiers who survived now lived among humans, rebuilding the cities side by side. Zephyr 9 was no longer a world of masters and slaves. It was something new, a shared world, born from sacrifice. Dr. Aaron joined Mira, carrying a small metallic orb that contained flickering blue data. It's finally complete, he said softly. Mira turned to him. What is it? He smiled. The final recording from your mother. Her energy left behind a pattern in the air after the last battle. It took me months to decode it. Mira's breath caught. You mean, she left a message? Aaron nodded. He placed the orb on the table. It projected a soft blue light, and then her mother's voice filled the room. Warm, gentle, full of love. My little Mira, if you're hearing this, it means you survived. I knew you would. You always had a stronger heart than me. Mira's eyes filled with tears. They will fear you, my child, not because of your power, but because of your love. Never hide it. Never be ashamed of it. You are the bridge between worlds now. Promise me. You will keep that bridge open. The recording faded. The light slowly dimmed. Mira whispered, I promise, Mama. Later that night, Mira walked alone through the city. Alien lights mixed with human ones, painting the streets in soft gold and blue. Children, both human and alien, played together under the rebuilt towers. People bowed as she passed, whispering her name. Look, it's Mira, the girl who ended the war. The child who changed the galaxy. But Mira didn't feel like a hero. She still missed her mother every day. The pain never left. It simply became part of her heartbeat. She sat beside the river where she once saw her reflection as a scared child. The water glowed faintly under the stars. Her reflection shimmered with blue light now, her eyes calm and full of quiet strength. Dr. Aaron joined her again, sitting beside her. You've done it, he said. Humans and aliens live in peace. The council is gone. You've rebuilt what we lost, Mira smiled faintly. Peace isn't built once, Doctor. It's built every day with kindness. He nodded. And what will you do now? She looked up at the stars. I'll continue my mother's work. I'll teach them about love, the energy they feared, the energy that saved us. Aaron smiled. You sound just like her. Mira laughed softly, wiping her tears. That's because she's still with me. The next morning, the Galactic Fleet returned, not in warships, but in silver crafts carrying envoys. Their commander, once the same alien who had called Mira a virus, walked down the ramp, his eyes no longer red, but calm blue. He knelt before her. Mira of Earthblood, we come not to fight, but to learn. Mira's heart ached with quiet joy. You're not my enemy anymore. The commander looked up at her. No, we saw what your mother's love did. It changed the code in our DNA. For the first time in generations, we feel emotion again. Mira smiled gently. Then maybe now you can understand what it means to live. He bowed. Teach us. She reached out her hand and helped him stand. I will, but first, promise me something. What? Promise me you'll never take away emotion again. It's not a weakness, it's the soul. He placed his hand over his chest. I promise. Years passed. Under Mira's guidance, humans and aliens worked together. They built cities that floated in the sky, powered not by machines but by living energy, the same blue light that once came from her mother's heart. The galaxy began to heal. War became history, not memory, and at the center of it all stood Mira, now a young woman, known across worlds as the Keeper of Hearts. Every year she returned to the same river, carrying a single vial of glowing blue liquid, the last of the serum she had once stolen. She would hold it up to the sky and whisper, "I did it, Mama, I kept the promise." The light in the vial would flicker, just for a second like a heartbeat, and every time it did she smiled, because she knew her mother was still watching. That night, as stars filled the sky, Mira stood at the top of the rebuilt observatory. The wind was calm, the world at peace. She closed her eyes and whispered one last time, "I swear I'll never do it again, but if I had to, I still would. I did it for my mom." The blue light spread across the sky one final time, gentle, eternal, and full of love. And somewhere, far beyond the stars, a soft voice answered back, "And I did it for you."